Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's staying healthy during this coronavirus crisis that we're in. Today we got another cool video. We're going to talk about all the errors in the 1989 score set. So kind of a cheap one. It doesn't really make the Beckett. It's kind of not really a popular set, but it was kind of innovative at the time. It had like some full color backs to them with the portraits, the pictures of the player, had their like jersey numbers and whole full narrative on there. So it's kind of a cool card set. They came out in '88. This would be this sophomoric year here was what we're going to be featuring all the errors out of. They were made by Pinnacle, kind of a known for or heard of brand name for baseball cards, football also, and they're not really around anymore. But they were in operation through about '88 to about 98. So some notables out of this set is there's not a lot of value out of this. This is very much your junk wax era cards. They got some bright, colorful cards. I think it's kind of geared towards a younger crowd, but at the same time, they're kind of a clean looking design. Barry Bonds, Randy Johnson's rookie is in here. This is one of the few sets that does not have a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. I think it's a big mistake on Score's part. The most valuable card is the Craig Biggio. It doesn't show up as a rookie card on there, but it is his rookie, and it values at $4 high book value. That is the most expensive card in the set. So kind of a funny one there. Let's jump right into it here. We got quite a few. I'm going to go kind of quick. I got a bunch of things I'll be putting up on the screen as we go. So we'll start with number 3, Mark McGwire, Big Mac. This card is a uncorrected error, values at $1. All right, so this one has, so in the narrative, it says that he has 116 RBIs. Well, and he actually had in '87 118 RBIs, which is weird because in the narrative it's wrong, but in the stats it's correct. So I don't know why they made that mistake. Eddie Murray is the next one, number 94. In 1986, he batted .205. Well, he actually batted .305. So kind of a bad mistake and, not in his favor there. They didn't correct that one either. And it's notable that the stat is slightly off-centered, and we're going to see that in a couple more uncorrected errors. Cecil Fielder, number 120. So this one's cool. So on the back has his picture, his portrait. It is reverse negative. So look up on this hat. You can see the Blue Jay is backwards on there. So so kind of a cool reverse negative. I definitely like those. Cecil Fielder, cool guy. His dad, the father of Prince Fielder, who was a pretty good player there for a while. I read an interesting stat that they ended up with the same amount of career home runs, which I did not write down. Finished with the same amount of home runs as his son. Really cool. Of course, Cecil Fielder was really popular because he came on the scene, and I got 51 home runs. First time in a really long time he hit that 50 home run plateau. So that was kind of his claim to fame at the time there. So the reverse negative on the back for him. They did not correct that. Greg Gross, another uncorrected card for 135. On the back of the card, it has 2 G's instead of 1 G on his first name. Okay. Next one is the Ray Knight, number 135. So this one's cool. This one has the reverse negative. I had to correct it here somewhere, but he is looking off to the side, and that's a reverse negative. They did correct that one. And that's it for reverse negatives. I don't think there's any more in the whole set there. So those I like. All right. That was card number 135. Card number 175, Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer. So it mentions in the narrative that he had career 356 batting average up through the end of '87. Well, it was wrong. He had, I got to remember it here, it was actually, so it says 364, it was actually 356. So somebody really kind of did some math there to figure out that error there, but still impressive batting average anyway. Wade Boggs will be on the list again here near the end. Number 176, Gary Templeton. That's Gary with 2 R's. So his 85 stats are a little bit off-centered. They did not correct that one. No value there. Burt Blyleven. So if you look at his narrative, this is card number 215. It mentions his date of birth, and it is incorrect. So you'll see a picture there with his date of birth. I think he was born in 51. Yeah, it should be 1951. It's interesting there. It says he was born in the Netherlands. I did not actually know he was Dutch, so I learned something today on that card. All right, number 242, Ken Phelps, another off-centered. Oh, the number is off-centered, so where it says 242 is kind of off in the side there. They didn't correct that one. Lou Whitaker, this is card number 230, says he was in 252 games in 1 year. Well, that was a pretty busy year for him, but it was incorrect. It was 152 that he was actually in there. I'll throw up a scan of that one. That one was uncorrected. Floyd Bannister, number 249. So there's a couple of these errors like this. So he's a pitcher, of course. And on the back, on the top, it says Major League Batting Record. So it's like we know what they mean. It's not like we're going to accidentally read that and think they're a batter, so because it has his ERA down there. But they did not correct that error message. It should have said pitching record, as you can see, as it should be on the back. All right, moving on here. Number 306, Randy Myers. So he's a pitcher, and in 1 year, in 87, he had 6 hits off of him. But that's too optimistic. They actually had 61 hits off of him, so ouch. So they did not correct that one. Luis Polonia, number 380, mentions his triples, and that is wrong. He had 2 triples mentioned, and he actually had 10 in reality. That was his second year on here, third year in 1987. They did not correct that. Skipped by number 350, Mr. Roger Clemens, the Rockets. This one they did correct. So it has this ridiculous amount of wins, 778. It should be 78. So they gave him an extra 700 wins there. That's pretty good right there, but it was not correct. So the error is actually worth $2. The corrected is worth $1. So they did correct that one. All right, moving on here. We got Bobby Thigpen, number 399, uncorrected error. It's listed as 37 saves. He has 34. Okay, didn't correct it. Jeff Russell, number 438, is the next one. His saves don't add up. Look, you do the math there, and they didn't add it up correctly there. So that is the uncorrected error. Again, they didn't bother correcting that one. All these cards are worth like a nickel. Okay, so they're not really worth anything unless I say that. So number 453, Todd Stottlemyre. Also has him as a pitcher, but it says Major League Batting. So again, they got the wrong heading, like the template of his stats on the back. All right, number 488, Sean Hilligus. In 1987, he pitched 165 innings, but it wasn't correct. He pitched 165.2. Whoa. So big mistake. No, I'm just kidding. So really little thing. I hate when they do those little 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 on the pitchers. Did not correct that one. All right, so moving on here. So after Sean Hilgis is Brian Holton, number 507. Brian Holton, they did correct this card. So it completely has the wrong date of birth and address where he lives. So it shows born on Denver, Colorado. And of course the date is also incorrect. He was actually born in McKeesport, so in a different date altogether. They corrected that one. The error is not worth anything to speak of. $2 for the actually corrected there. So a little bit of value on the corrected one, and I do not have it. All right, Bobby Meacham, number 509. So this is weird. Okay, so if you look at his stats for 1984 for games, it says 0.99. So not sure why they put a 0 in front of it. That's kind of a weird one there. And it wasn't actually 99 games, by the way. It was it was actually 84 games in 84. So they did not correct that one. That's just kind of a weird one. I'm not even sure what they were doing with that one. So the next one is Jay Buhner, number 530. Uncorrected error. So I mentioned earlier it has their player number on the back. So it says right next to Jay Buhner, right field, it'll say 34. That's, of course, is just his jersey number. Well, it's not correct. His number was actually 43 at the time. They did not correct that one. All right, next one's Jose Rijo. That was number 552. And this one they did correct. So also the wrong number. It shows that he's actually number 24 on the back, and that was the mistake. I didn't write down what his correct number was, but just take my word for it, it's wrong. So the error and the corrected are both worth a whopping dime. So nothing to get too excited about. Number 561, Don Slott. This is an uncorrected error. 1987, he had 237 games. Was the error on that one. So he did not have 237 games. That was not corrected. The next one is Paul Gibson. Now this one is probably the most popular one in the whole set. And this one I like there. So the error is worth $1. The corrected is worth 5 cents. So this one's cool. Okay, so remember the crotch card video? If you haven't seen my crotch card video, you gotta watch it, okay? Guaranteed not to disappoint. So this one, the guy in the back is playing some pocket pool. He's got the player, his teammate there in the background is just adjusting himself. And it's not like a big deal. It's baseball. That happens. But they did not want that to be on a card, so they came and they airbrushed it. And if you look really closely, it's just a little white box they put over his hand there, so it doesn't look like he's adjusting himself. That's number 595, Paul Gibson. Probably the most popular error. Mike Harkey, number 624. This is his rookie card. So it's got his wins listed as 13 and 31 in 2 years. It's the same year. It's in two different locations in the minor leagues, 88. They're actually 35 and 33 respectively. So they just got those wrong. Did not correct that error. Ted Simmons, number 561. That's what's funny. So I'll throw up a picture of it here. You can immediately see what the problem is. In 78, they said he played for the St. Louis Cardinal. So they left off the S for some reason, but they got it on all the others. I just think it's funny. I mean, it's a minor error, right? But that was uncorrected. Next one is number 629, Felix Jose. This is his rookie card. So if you are from California, you may have, or whatever, know much about California, you know about Modesto, California. Well, in this one, it says he played in Modesta for the for minor leagues. So it's in one place it's Modesto, but in the narrative it says Modesta. They didn't correct that. That's kind of a funny one. All right, Sandy Alomar Jr. So this is his rookie card, number 630. Don't worry, it's not worth anything. So this one, they have inconsistent designs. That's how it shows up if you look it up there. So this one took me a really long time to find out what the actual error was. And I finally found some copies of this card, not me personally, but online, where they had like little splotch. It looks like a little thumbprint next to, right down by his name there. I'll throw up some pictures of that one. So, but not really any different value associated with those. All right, next one is Tom Gordon, number 634. This is his rookie card as well. So he has his height listed on the back as 6 foot even. He's not. He's 5'9". So let it slide, okay? 3 inches, whoop-de-doo. So, but they did not correct that one. Not really any value there. Dwight Smith, number 642. He was listed, given credit for 10 home runs in the year, but it was actually 18 that he hit. Poor guy. All right, we got number 647, Todd Froworth. So on the back it says that he is a southpaw, which means lefty, like Ned Flanders from Simpsons. But he's not actually lefty, and it's really weird because it actually says RH pitcher, right-handed pitcher. So I'm not sure why they messed that one up. And then where it says throws, it says right. So they really blew that one. That was uncorrected. Next one, number 650, Dave West. Uncorrected error. Total hits is listed at 3. But he actually had 6 for the year listed there. So whoop-de-doo. All right, I've got one more here. It's the Wade Boggs number 654. This is his 1988 highlight card. On the narrative there, it has all his different accolades. Of course, it's mainly around his batting average. He was an amazing hitter. This one was an error for worth 15 cents. They corrected it. It's worth a dime. So pretty much nothing as far as value is concerned. So this was really funny because it's kind of a double error if you think about it. They said he banged out 200 hits for the 6th consecutive season. Well, they misspelt consecutive and season. They left out the I out of consecutive, and they put an extra A in season, like SEAASON. I'm not sure how they did that, why they did that, but they corrected that one, and it's kind of a cool one there. So there we go, 1989 score set. Not an amazing set. I picked this up for like $6 for a whole box of unopened. You really can't get that kind of a deal there. I had a bunch already there, but I was able to pick up that box, and that's all we got. Hope you like those. Maybe we'll do some more score. I know I kind of started in the middle, but as far as their years of score, but kind of a cool set, and probably the very first card set I remember collecting. I think I only bought a couple packs, and I started buying Donruss after that. But I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, I hope you're liking and subscribing. I really appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to leave some comments down below. And Henry S., appreciate your comments there. And we'll I'll be checking out your videos too. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave some comments down below about what you think. And we'll see you next time.